Hello, water signs. Apologize, I just want to get my microphone set. Given all the technical difficulties I had lately, I just want to make sure everything is okay. You may also see me turn on my ring light too at some point since it's getting dark. But this is your general love reading for all of the water signs. So that is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Yeah, really, that's it. So, how this works is I do a love spread. I tell what kind of energy you're in currently regarding your love life, um, what issues are blocking you, and what your outcome most likely will be moving forward in terms of love. I also pull a ton of oracle cards. And it's a general reading. I have more specific and in-depth love readings on my Patreon page, and I go by individual zodiac signs. So if you want to give me a follow there, it's really affordable monthly fee for my Patreon, and you get so much content. I do spreads for those who are single and want to excel in the dating game. I ask the cards what you need to do to move forward and what is blocking you. Because I do see blockages for my singles too here. I do spread for those who are in a relationship. And I also do spreads for those who just got out of a relationship because I know it's this weird limbo when you go through a breakup that, yeah, you're done with this person, but you're just not ready to quite call yourself single yet. So I do a whole spread on that. And then I do a segment called What Does Your Ex Want to Tell You? And I pull cards straight from your ex's energy. I pull a lot of oracle cards too. So my Patreon is definitely worth a look, and the link is in the description box. I will say I do all this here too, but in a very, very general, slightly less in-depth manner. So for starters, I do feel a lot of blockages. I feel like there are a lot of you that are really focused on work right now and really setting your high standards in terms of who you want to bring into your life and what kind of life you want to live. I did get the Nine of Pentacles, so someone here is really trying to be on their luxurious, abundant phase if you are not there currently. Yeah, a lot of blockages, a lot of problems in communication. So I will put the camera down so you can see the cards yourself. And let's start with you in the present. What energy you're in the present. I believe the Hermit card came out for you, and the Seven of Pentacles to clarify. A really interesting combination, especially to start off the spread with. This Hermit doesn't necessarily mean you're in isolation, but you are just really being selective with who you allow into your life. I apologize, it's a little dark. This card is a bit dark itself. But yeah, you may be in seclusion. You may be in complete self-reflection right now. If you are dating, like I said, you're being really selective right now. You're vetting heavily. I don't think you want your peace disturbed unless it's someone really special. At least that's a vibe I'm getting from this card. You may have been feeling the burn from a past failed relationship, from a past betrayal, from past heartbreak, and I do see this as you being a little guided, but not necessarily closed off. You're just really looking over the past and trying to figure out where you want to go next and how that happened to you as well. I think it's a really good, I see it as a positive state to be in. You're not in a Three of Swords right now, you're in hermit mode. So I don't see you hiding. I see you just being selective with your presence, if I didn't say that already. For others of you, if you're in a union, you may be, I want to say one-on-one time with your partner, but I see it more as you're just really getting to know them intimately. You may even be marrying each other, but I just feel this intimacy too, which sounds strange because the Hermit is a really solitary card. With the Seven of Pentacles, though, I do feel like some of you are just really throwing yourselves into work. You have standards that you want to meet. The Seven of Pentacles is setting roots somewhere. You've done the work to kind of get to your place. This is the beginning stages of that. So I see you just really you want abundance, you may want material things because this is a Pentacles card and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So I see you just focusing on that instead of trying to people please and really be out in the dating game too. This is just you currently moving forward, the challenges that may or may not be blocking you. You got the Page of Pentacles. Again, more money. A lot of you are really focused on your finances. And to clarify, it was the Nine of Pentacles. And I love going from the Seven of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. I should just say I also did a corresponding spread with my chakra deck, and your current energy from that deck was universal energy. So that to come out with a hermit too, I feel like some of you may even be on your spiritual wave with that universal energy card. If you are in union, you could both be finding a spirituality through each other, or just gaining a lot of knowledge about your partner's ideas and their how they feel spiritually, what their morals and values are. So it's a really nice feeling for those in union. And for those who are single, I don't feel hurt. I just feel like it's a resting period. Moving forward, this Page of Pentacles again with the Nine of Pentacles. Now, these are two pretty good cards, but this being a block for you, I'm getting more of a sense that you just really want to grow in your career first before you commit yourself to someone. You may be just investing more time into creating the life you want, and then when you've done that, then you're ready to date. In terms of my partners, some of you may be feeling like you're investing a lot more in than the other person, especially with the Seven of Pentacles too. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, it's just it's something that you feel could be changed and things would be a lot better. For my singles, when I was shuffling and I'm really reflecting on these two cards for you, I kind of got the idea that your price just went up with this Nine of Pentacles. Because in traditional tarot, you see a lady dressed in really fine clothes in a garden, and you see all these pentacles around her, and she's holding. I'm sorry, and she's holding one in her hand. So this is someone that's just she's not gonna date just anybody, and that's the vibe I got of the Hermit too. I think you just want your options to coincide with your bank account and the kind of life that you're living or you want to live. Some may just be holding out for a wealthy partner, even if they're not wealthy themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some may be in some type of wealthy relationship too, but still consider themselves single for some reason with this Hermit card. I got that. But regardless, I just feel the desire for a more luxurious life. For the people in union, you could feel like work is distracting your partner, or your partner is just a workaholic, because this Page of Pentacles in this deck, he's called the Day Trader, and you see his pictures, Wall Street guy, tie and done. So he was at work for a while, and I get that vibe from your partner, or even you. You're just you think you're doing something great, or your partner thinks they're doing something great by working so much, because they really just want to create a life for the two of you, or if you have family, they want to create a life for all of you. And you kind of feel like, okay, well, my perfect life includes me spending a lot more time with my partner. So in terms of that being a blockage for you, that's how I see it. Either way, money is definitely a factor. For my chakra deck, the opposing card, or the challenge card, was personal power. So here's where I started to feel the idea of blockages coming in. A lot of you aren't, regardless of where you are, if you're single, you're in a relationship, a lot of you just aren't in your personal power right now. You're scared to express yourself. That, or you're putting so much into work that it's becoming your identity, and you're losing focus of your own actual creative side, your own passion. So that's just food for thought for whoever resonates with that. In terms of issues affecting your present, I got the Eight of Wands. So this is very fast action. This is communication, ironically. So again, I just feel like there is a block in communication. Either you are not saying what you want to your partner, or you feel like your partner is just not there for you to even communicate to, or they're just a little emotionally guarded, because the Hermit can also mean that. Or you're the one that's emotionally guarded. Communication either way is definitely a factor here. Some of you may be in no contact situations where you did just get out of a really bad relationship, you were isolating, and then now you're not talking to this person, or this person refuses to talk to you. So that could be affecting your present dating life, because yeah, you're trying to move on, you're trying to date, but a part of you is still waiting to hear back from your past person. So your heart is really not fully in it the way it could be. Um, in terms of partnerships and relationships, like I said, some of you feel like you can't express yourself to your partner, especially with that personal power card that I pulled just now, or vice versa. Things may have happened just a little too fast here, because the Eight of Wands could signify just really fast action. You see this person's on a bike, delivery bikes. I'm from New York, and if you know about New York and you're walking down the street, you know that those delivery bicycles are worse than cars. They speed by. I think you almost have more of a chance to get hit by a delivery bike in New York than you do a car. So this is extremely fast action. This is the Urban Tarot deck, by the way. It's hands down one of my favorite decks, probably because I am a New Yorker, so I relate to every single card here. But in relation to the spread, some just may have looked up one day, those in a relationship, and just feel like they're in a completely different place, and their partner is just a stranger. Others may have realized they got into a union much too fast, and they just don't know their partner, or their partner doesn't know them. Others, you may have relocated, and it's affecting you romantically. You may not know the lay of the land, so to speak. Um, you don't know what bars to go to, you don't know the etiquette, you feel a little outcast. Maybe you went to a place, and you just can't relate to the people, and you're of a different ethnicity, a different religious background with this Hermit card here, and you're just finding yourself I'm so sorry, my voice is getting dry from all these videos. But you're just finding yourself really overwhelmed by how quickly things are changing with this Eight of Pentacles. And it's definitely giving you anxiety with this Nine of Swords to clarify. So you are just waking up and not knowing how things are working, how things are. And you kind of feel like it's affecting your dating life in a way that you may just want to be alone. And it may just be easier to be alone right now. I apologize, I want my ring light to be on. There we go. So yeah, this Nine of Swords, this is someone losing sleep over a situation, and this Eight of Wands is just sudden movement, really fast movement. So things may have moved a little too fast, and it's really hard for you to catch up and get your bearings here. And it's affecting your love life in some way. I apologize. I'm just gonna turn on my ring light to give you guys a better view of the cards. There we go. So moving forward, the chakra card that came out for the blockages is love. Again, because things are moving too fast, that's the vibe I get. You may be holding on out of love, but you want some changes to occur for sure. Love being a blockage is not necessarily a bad thing, because if you have love, you can pretty much get through anything. It just can be more of, maybe this person said I love you too soon, and you just don't know if you're ready, in terms of people dating or in a relationship. Or just you may feel like there's even a lack of love in your relationship as well. But I'm really not getting that for those in union. I'm getting that you really do have a stable connection. It's just you need to communicate in a lot more um, expressive way, for sure. Because a lot of you may be focused on the material, and there are no cup cards here. I did get the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, but that's not in the spread, so I feel like this is possible once you get through all these blockages. Especially since the outcome was justice, my favorite card. As a Libra, this is me, so whenever I see it, I think of balance. You really gain your footing in some way here. If you're single and you're overwhelmed by a new location, or just being overwhelmed by being single, it's a new way of life for you. You could have been in a long-term relationship. You gain your footing here with this Justice card. I mentioned before, someone may be in a union and feel like they're putting in more effort than the other party. This could be, alright, well now it's even. Both people in the relationship they're both giving a better give and take, if that makes sense. Or they get the redirection that they want. So the energy that you may have felt your partner putting into work over you, well, now they're putting it into you, your family, etc. Or if it's you that's overworking yourself, I see you realizing that you need to balance pleasure and work. You can still have your Nine of Pentacles by taking a day off, by calling in sick once in a while. You really don't need to work every day. There's so much Earth sign energy here. I'm wondering if anyone is dealing with a Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo. Capricorns in particular are known to be really, really hard workers. Virgos are also known to be really, really critical of themselves. This is a sword card, but I did get anxiety. I did get a bit of self-doubt here too. I feel like some of you may even find yourselves more productive, more inspired by having fun, and that's where this Justice card comes in, because now it's ironically you get what you want by completely changing yourself. It was clarified by the Page of Swords, and the last outcome card in terms of the chakra card was expression. So like I mentioned before, the couples that feel like they couldn't express themselves, you definitely have those hard conversations, because the Page of Swords, they're not necessarily horrible news or horrible conversations, but they're ones that are pretty hard. You're really laying yourself bare. You're telling your partner what your wants, what your needs are. Some of you may even be having this type of conversation with yourself, since the Hermit card did come up. It brought about change, whatever conversation happened, because the Justice card is the outcome. For my singles, you really start looking at yourself and you really start having those hard conversations with yourself. So I think that brings about change for you too. And I think you really are starting to look at your options overall with this Justice card, because it could be weighing your options. Do I want to stay single? Do I want to work on myself a little bit more and get out of this hermit mode? So it's a really interesting spread. At the bottom of my initial spread deck, because I always like two bottom of the deck cards, you got the Page of Swords again. I don't know if I mentioned, this deck has two pages, one a prince, one a princess, so a feminine and a masculine. This would be the feminine version of the Page of Swords. And this is the activist. So I love that this came up as the outcome, or to clarify the outcome, because it kind of reiterates that you are fighting for yourself, you're speaking your piece, you're getting into your personal power that came up as a blockage. I see this being you unblocking that and getting into yourself and knowing that you have every right to say what you want. And I just noticed this as I pulled it up. Underneath it was the Ten of Cups. So that kind of reaffirms my gut feeling that a lot of you who are in union, who are in relationships now, your relationships are pretty solid. You just have one or two things you aren't happy with that you want to discuss. And the signs definitely point to you just going ahead and expressing yourself. Moving forward, I do want to pull a few oracle cards and closing out the love reading. For starters, I got completion, and this is where you are in the past, or where you were in the past, completion. So this is very vague. It can mean a number of things. Regardless, it means that whatever point you were in the not too distant past, you felt completed. You felt happy. This is could be Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups energy too. You felt like you were fully yourself and fully in charge. If you were just getting into a union or already in one, you really felt like the other person completed you. This is someone that you were looking for. This is your ideal partner. You're present, which coincides with the Hermit here. It was the first card I pulled. Sacred sexuality. This connection has the potential for sacred tantric alchemy. So for my singles, this could be you getting to know yourself, which is what the Hermit card is about. And you connecting with yourself, you really awaken into your sexuality and into what you want romantically. For my partners, those in a relationship, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're getting to know your partner too, slightly different way, or in the same way, but together. And in your outcome, it's a red flag. Tune into the subtle energy you are receiving about the situation. Listen to the messages from your body, trust your gut and your intuition. I would just like to say, I just finished the Pisces video, and they got so many cards that talked about meditation and really looking at the world in a non-objective way. And this is the energy I'm getting with this red flag card. It's not necessarily that anything is bad right now or you're around any bad people, even though if you are a Pisces watching this, we already talked about you keeping an eye out for deceptive energies. Um, just hone your intuition, practice your intuition. And if you are out there in the dating scene and you are in the sign of Pentacles really abundant, look out for red flags because that abundance may be attracting some people that you might have to look out for. And then at the bottom of this deck was past life soulmate. You've had many past lives together. So this can mean a karmic, but this could also just mean a soulmate. Karmics I do personally feel like could be past life relationships, but I don't know if everyone agrees on that. But I feel like soulmates are completely different energies. So regardless, whichever scenario you're in, and this is someone you've been reincarnated with, this is someone you've met multiple times over the course of the existence of the world. So that could explain why the bond felt pretty stable when I was channeling your energies. I can pull one more oracle card. I tend to like this other deck for love readings, mostly because it's a really random deck, and just whatever comes out, I'll know what it's in regards to. But regardless, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, self-expression is really big. Finding your identity is really big. Not being so focused on work is going to be pretty big because you seem pretty stable money-wise. I'm thinking back to all your videos. I think most of you, definitely Pisces, you have money coming to you, so no need to work so hard. Heart song, inner knowing, telepathy, and intuition. This is that Hermit energy, and that was a High Priestess energy too. And I think it came up for all of you, the water signs. But regardless, you need to get in touch with yourself, and I think that's the beginning of any romantic journey for you in the coming weeks. So that was your love reading. Again, if you'd like something more in depth, if you're just getting out of a relationship and you want to know where your ex's head is at, if you want to know the chances of you getting back together, etc., etc., please check out my Patreon. Until then, I will keep making monthly and the mid-month videos, as well as the same with the love videos. And yeah, stay safe and stay happy. Bye.